time they went and saw something over there that was a treat for us. So ladies and gentlemen, we also have a huge round of applause once again for Chef Sanjeev Kapoor. And thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for being here. You could speak from there as well if you would want to.
Morning. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and always good to know much more than what you have known all these years. So things like this give me an opportunity to learn so much more. When I started working in our field, I was doing things. I was just cooking, and there was an environment which knew me, which was so back in 1992, much before I started TV show, I got the award for Best Executive Chef of the country. So our community knew me, and over a period of time, I began to realize that there are more people who would want to eat what I cook. But since I would work in a hotel, that was not possible. And thankfully then TV started, the reach started to become big, and I realized that mediums of mass reach can create a desire, can create an aspiration for people to consume what you have to offer. And that starts for someone like me, let's say a chef, starts from the core area of expertise that I associate with through brand endorsements that any brands and maybe all of us here collectively would contribute in some meaningful way. That is my hope and desire. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, may I please welcome up next on stage to speak on how India as a market in itself is for licensing. May I please request Mr. Dan to kindly step up on the podium and speak a little. If you want to come up and speak a little about licensing in India, you could speak from there. It's good that you're sitting here very tall. I feel very bad.
Can you hear me okay?
Thank you so much.
So, I've been, firstly, I love India. Thank you for a warm welcome. I arrived at 2 a.m. last night, so I'm still wide awake. But I've been coming to India for about 20 years on holiday as a tourist, and about 8 years for business. My responsibilities at Viacom Nickelodeon Consumer Products are to manage the emerging markets, and this is from obviously India, Africa, Russia, CIS, Central and Eastern Europe. So lots of diverse and very interesting territories. But I must admit, India is unique when it comes to the markets I've worked across. So it's very dynamic. I love the enthusiasm, the passion that I find in India every time I come here. Although the last time I visited was when the currency denomination happened. When I took off from London, my money was worth something. When I landed, it wasn't. So that was something I didn't wish to repeat. And but again, it was a very interesting trip. I never have a dull visit.
I'm a huge fan of this wonderful country of yours, which has always been so welcoming. And my first visit here was about 17 years ago. I was working with Sesame Workshop at the time, and I fell in love with it then, and I haven't fallen out of love with it. So it's wonderful. I've been back a few times. I never get to come here as much as I would like to, but I do enjoy coming here all the time. And what was particularly interesting now in my new role at Lima is to really work with key stakeholders in the industry at large here in India to do two things. One is to obviously promote and develop the licensing community here, and develop best practices in terms of how to run the business and the business of our business. But also one of the things that I'm particularly excited about is really taking the wonderful IP and storytelling and business practices here in India to the global marketplace. I think that's really important for multinational companies to truly understand the value proposition of this wonderful country. And
look there and I forget what am I up to here. Okay, so I will try not to look that side up, so you look beautiful as always. I'm so upset that you're on that corner and I'm on this corner. Damn! Okay then. All right, coming to Mr. Nihar Dakia, sir, we'd love to hear something from you, especially the current scenario of export of Indian licenses and brands outside.
I represent the Federation of Indian Exporters Organization, which is around 21,000 enterprises are connected with the Federation. We support them for their international trade operations. Come enterprises who are affiliated with us. Apart from that, there are a number of other associations are affiliated with us.